Hey YouTube, Sonia Mac Pro here, and today I'm going to show you a few basic beginner tips for Mac, including Finder, the dock, some basic preferences such as setting your trackpad preferences and your desktop and screensaver preferences, and a little bit about the menu bar. So first of all, let's start off with Finder. Finder is the most important thing on your Mac. It's basically the Windows equivalent of My Computer. It shows you all important information you need to know, such as devices that are currently on your Mac, like any USBs, hard drives, things like that. As you can see, it currently has your hard drive and your iDisk if you have one. It also shows you the shared MacBooks in your area and places. Places are the most frequently are the most frequent places that you access on your Mac, such as the desktop, your home folder, applications, things like that. Now, in order to add something to your places, maybe you want to add my movies folder, for example. All you have to do is you have to drag it into the places and just arrange it where you want it to be. And if you want to move it, just click it and drag it like I am to wherever you want it to be. And if you want to remove it, simply just click it, remove from sidebar. Done. Now, you can also search for things in your Finder. Say if I want to search for Safari. Well, you can specify your search further if you want to, because if you just type in Safari, you're going to come up with all these things, and you're just going to, keep scrolling. It's going to be a bit hard to look for Safari. You can do a more specific search, such as file name, where just search for the file name of Safari, or you can look in the folder that you're currently in. Currently, I'm in Applications, so I can just go search Applications instead of this Mac, and I can find Safari. That's a pretty good feature in case you want to look for something. If you want to search for something, when you're not using Finder and you just want to quickly find something on your Mac, you can just access Spotlight, which is located on the top right hand corner of your Mac. Search for it. You can just search for Safari here, just like I did in Finder. And the shortcut for that, I believe, is on your keyboard, Command Space. Now I'm going to move on to the dock. The dock is located at the bottom of your screen originally when you first get your Mac, and it stores all of the shortcuts that you use on a day-to-day basis, like the apps that you most use, the folders that you most use. Now, to add something to the dock that you want to use, all you have to do is go to where it's located. Say I want to add my Alfred app to my dock. All you have to do is you have to drag it to the dock, and your other icons will make space for it. To remove something from the dock, there are two ways to do this. First, you can click it, you can go Options, Remove from Dock, and it'll remove. The second way to remove something is to just drag it out. Now, don't worry, if you remove something from the dock, it's not deleting it from your Mac. It's just simply removing the dock shortcut. Now, I showed you how to add Applications, which is located on the left side of the indicator. The separator, which is located on the left side of the separator. Now you have folders and sites and things you can store on the right side of the separator. It's basically the same thing. You add it the same way as you add an application. If I want my Pictures folder to go down over to the right side of the separator with my other documents, I just drag the Pictures folder. Notice when I drag the Pictures folder, it doesn't look the same as the Applications folder and the Documents folder. It shows what's actually in the Pictures folder, just like my downloads. It shows what's actually in my downloads. Little Apple wallpaper thing I have there, and the same thing, my Pictures folder. So, if you want to change the way that looks, you right-click the folder. You can view as Stack, which shows what's actually in the folder, or you can view as a folder, which just shows the regular folder icon. When you open it, you can also choose to display it in different ways. The first way is Fan, which looks like this. The second way is Grid, which looks like this. The third way is List, which looks like this, which this is personally my favorite. And the last way is Automatic. In Automatic, your computer automatically just selects the best viewing style, depending on the amounts that you have in your whatever folder you have. So for example, I picked Automatic here. I don't have that many, but I have quite a bit in my downloads, so it just chose Grid for me. You can also customize a little bit more about your dock. What you can do is you can change whether it's hiding or not. Hiding basically means when you're not using your dock, say if I'm just, looking at my battery or something, it'll just be hidden, but when you want to use it, it pops back up again. You can do that by right-clicking the separator. turn hiding off. You can also turn on magnification, which basically magnifies apps when you hover over them, which is pretty cool. You can change the position on the screen of your dock. I like mine on the bottom, but you can change it to the left or the right as well as the bottom. And you can also change the way things look when they're minimized. Watch how I minimize my Finder now. It looks like a kind of genie effect, which is the default one. Now you can change it to the other one available, the scale effect. It looks a little bit different, but you know, I prefer genie. It just looks nice. In your dock, you can also quit applications. Now in Windows, when you want to close something, you just have to press the red X and it's closed. That's that. But in Mac, the application isn't closed until you quit it, because you can see by the dock indicator that Safari is still open. To quit something, there are two ways to do this that I like to use. First, if it's in the dock, because it will be in the dock if it's open, because every app that you're using at the moment that's open will be in the dock, regardless of whether it's regularly in there, if you've placed it in there or not. So the first way to do it is to hold down the app, and you can press quit. The second way to do that is a faster way that I like to use. You can just press command on your keyboard and then Q. So command Q, command quit. That's a really fast way to do it. Now I'm going to show you a few basic preferences that you would need to know. Here's your system preferences. It's default. It's located in the dock, but you can add it into the dock if it's not there for some reason, or if you accidentally remove it like this. So your system preferences is all the preferences in your Mac, such as personal, hardware, internet, system, and other preferences that you have on your laptop or Mac. First, I'm going to show you the desktop and screensaver preferences that everyone will probably want to know. Probably the most basic preference to set. Now, Apple already put into all of their Macs some basic wallpapers you can use that they've shown you. Like, these ones are really nice. I really like this one. It's really good looking. And you can also add ones from your iPhoto or folders on your laptop. Say if you made a folder called wallpapers. Now, with that folder, if you had a couple of pictures in, say you've saved Apple wallpapers from the internet or some family photos that you like, well, what you can do is you can just search for Mac wallpapers like I do sometimes on the internet. You can just save them onto a destination on your Mac of a choice. I've made a folder called wallpapers, so I'm just going to save it there. Now, to access that in your desktop and screensaver, you can just, again, go to the system preferences, press desktop and screensaver, or there's a faster way to do that. Just right-click your desktop, change desktop background. Now, to add the folder, you just go to the little folders thing at the bottom here. You go to the little plus, and you find which folder you'd like to add. I could have saved it into my downloads or my movies folder or something like that, but I chose to save it into my wallpapers folder. Once you select that folder, you can just select all the pictures that are in the wallpapers. That's a pretty easy way to change your desktop wallpaper. The second preference I'm going to show you is the trackpad preferences. Now, I'm currently using my Mighty Mouse, but I'll use my trackpad for this bit. You can change the tracking speed of your Mac. Maybe it's too slow for you, maybe it's too fast for you. The default one, just change that. Your double clicking speed, I like to keep it slow so you can just click it all the time. Your scrolling speed, personally I like it the fastest, but that's because I like scrolling fast. Maybe you're just going to quickly flick through something, have it the fastest, but if you like to, concentrate on what you're doing, just quickly scroll through, things like that. Basically, it's all personal preference. Now, if you have the newer MacBooks, or like the one that I'm on, the MacBook Pro, you can use your trackpad to do cool things with a 3-finger swipe to navigate, and you can do 4-finger swipe up, down for expose, things like that. But all Mac trackpads, all Macs that have trackpads, so people on iMacs, you will not have this. You can set your right click. You can set your right click and set it to something, which is a very good tip, because you don't want to just keep on clicking control click every time you need to right click on something, because that could be inconvenient and just gets really annoying. So I like to set it to secondary tap, 2 fingers. So basically, whenever I put two, like you can see in the little animation, if you just tap your trackpad with 2 fingers, you can right click. Very useful. I highly recommend you do that if you have a trackpad. So that was just the little system preferences part of this video. Now I'll move on to the menu bar. So on the right side of the menu bar, it just shows a basic overview on everything that's on your Mac. It has your volume. You can change that by going up and down, or you can just press it on the keyboard. is your airport. If you're connected, it shows your battery, it shows the date and time, things like that. That's all on the right side. Now on the left side, it has whatever info on the app that you're using. So you can go about Safari, you can see your history in Safari, your bookmarks, because I'm on Safari right now, and right now I'm on Finder. Well, it doesn't matter what app you're on, but the Apple will always be there. Basically, it provides very quick information like about your Mac, what version you're up to. You can go to the software update fast, change your dock preferences. You can see your recent items that you've run. As you can see, I've just gone on all that. You can put your Mac to sleep, you can restart it, or shut it down. Thank you YouTube for watching this video. This has been Sonia Mac Pro, and today I've showed you some basic Mac tips for beginners, such as using Finder, the dock, some basic preferences in the system preferences, such as mouse and wallpaper. I've also showed you a little about the menu bar. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe.